And how would you describe the difference, if any, between propaganda and terms like public diplomacy and soft power?
I don't agree. I think people generally mean similar things when they refer to propaganda. The term essentially means what you indicate, intentional action to influence human perceptions for political ends. What people disagree about much more virulently is real-world situations to which this actually applies. As such, Russians accuse the West of propaganda, we accuse Russia of propaganda, and both sides are utterly baffled and incensed by the other's labelling. There are other aspects to the definition, laid out in great detail by Garth Jowett and Victoria O'Donnell's Propaganda and Persuasion. These relate to whether propaganda needs to be systematic, deceptive, policy-related, and so on. So your definition, intentional action to influence human perceptions for political ends, is good, but comparatively broad. Chomsky said he was unable to listen to Martin Luther King's speeches because although he agreed with King's sentiments, he couldn't abide the crusading tone in his voice. Chomsky visibly flinches when he sees simplistic slogans on protesters' placards. He considers it propaganda. So are we to agree that a recording of MLK or a placard saying defund the police count as propaganda? We should, by the wider definition. Can an advert for a private company like Boeing Aerospace qualify as propaganda? How about an advert for chocolate or handguns? Does propaganda have to originate with power structures like government? Or how about just with governments you don't like? Investigative journalist John Pilger used to say that the most prevalent form of propaganda was propaganda by omission, where key damning facts are left out of reportage. But when can these better be put down to ignorance, lazy writing, or a difference of opinion? In the 1930s, President Roosevelt spent heavily on propaganda to astroturf the New Deal and support the poor in rural America. This was surely a great thing, but sits uneasily with the word's typically negative connotations. Remarkably, the former head of MI6 once even denied the spy agency conducts any form of deception, contrasting what Britain does with Russian practices. We don't lie, he claimed. We operationalize the truth. That's the difference. Propaganda is therefore omnipresent across all sides of every form of discourse, so much so that its meaning can easily become flattened and diffuse. This is where the lesser-known term black propaganda, a concealed or falsified source, typically by intelligence agencies, can be